to get us underway.
That's nice.
Looking for block. And the returner will be brought down. So the Texas A&M Aggies return team didn't help matters out much with that one. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
A&M comes back out with another first down. He's going to pass. Pass on the way. It's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And a sensational return, and they finally stop him inside the 15.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
They'll leave it with him. Punch him in the spin cycle.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Wants to throw on 3rd. And he's got it! Touchdown, Missouri!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. And now the offense will come onto the field again. And man, David, you couldn't ask for any better starting field position than this.
This is as good as it gets. Defense made the play. Now offense gets a chance, Jesse, to go cash this in.
Yeah, they got to pay this one off, too. They would love to be able to go out.
And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They'll go to the ground. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. DB's right up on the receivers. Quick release on the RPO. All kinds of running room. The 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Tiger.
And how nice is it to have a playmaker like that I can get the ball out of my hands, right to him, and say, all right, dude, you got jets, you can fly, catch the slant, make some people miss, outrun some angles, and get all the way to the end zone.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
These guys have really performed at a high level in SEC play, and the task is to try to keep this groove going.
Yeah, when you start the season like this, man, this is exactly what you drew up. Win your conference, be great in your conference, get to the conference championship. I'm not putting the cart before the horse.
Looking deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He wants it all. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection. They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. They keep attacking through the air. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. 3rd and goal where the strong come through. From the gun, wants to pass. Getting some heat. And a sack all the way back at the 5. So they will eschew the short field goal attempt and instead try to score from the 5 on. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies. The AT unit on the field. And it's up and good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Michigan State notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from East Lansing is worth its weight in gold to the Spartans. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. This offense has a 2nd down play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. On the move at the 30. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the ground, he's got it again. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. They'll run it from the gun. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The Tigers have this offense rolling. From the gun, the ground game.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. It's caught. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll run it on 1st and goal. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They fought to a standstill in the 1st. Let's see who gets the edge early in the 2nd. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll try to run it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. That drive was what what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, drain the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn, and that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they're executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. Complete to the right. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. Using the quick game. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. The give to the back. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught, close to the marker, it's Parrish. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. Makes the grab on the left. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. Texas A&M will snap it in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Got it in the middle, it's Estrada. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Well, they've gotten it down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Trying to pick up the 1st out of the backfield. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they take it in for 6 more points. And they tacked on the extra point. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Makes his connection. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, it's still short of the 1st down. Completion a little short of the sticks. It's 2nd down. They think there's room to run to the right here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Looking to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. And they'll mark this one at the 15-yard line.
And these punt returners only get so many opportunities to try to make plays, and do they want to make them? So much space back there when you put them the football. But the thing is, look at all these guys flying down the field. All the speed on the field for that punt coverage team. And you could tell they caught up with him to force the fumble.
Across the 25, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Nothing the Aggies love more than saying howdy with a strong running game.
Yeah, how do you like that 1st down? How do you like that ground game? Like, that's what they've got to be built on. They got to have that toughness. When the Aggies have that toughness is when you see that their best teams are competing at a high level.
He'll toss it. Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll toss it. At the 35, he's loose. A tremendous run. He was 4-4 after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. Huge play. Puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to...
Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score. Texas A&M 28.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. This has been a track meet running up and down the field so far, Jesse.
It's amazing for this offense, right? Score a touchdown, go try to get a rest on the sideline. It feels like you blink and you're right back on the field having to go score another one, David. It just feels like it's going to be that kind of game.
Well, so which defense can kind of change their identity a little bit, get more aggressive? You're giving up yards and touchdowns anyways. Who can get aggressive and maybe create a turnover?
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And it'll be down right there.
And the punter pulling out his pitching wedge on that. Look at the spin on this ball. It just died as soon as it hit the ground. Beautiful job.
They're backed up. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. And he's running in the open. Crosses midfield. At the 30. The 10. And the defense couldn't corral him, and they took it all the way. Touchdown, Aggies. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Notre Dame escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think the Irish fans there today could have done without this one being so close.
They'll start this drive with a pass.
It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Slips away. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Edwards. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Pressure. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Columbia. And you know, In a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, how nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. First down from the 49. He wants to throw. Flips it out in the flat. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. It's now second down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
You have to imagine the game plan in the second half. Being down, I got to come out and throw the football successfully, but how about this offensive line? They don't do their job. They don't protect.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. So Missouri will have to punt it away.
Number 15 on to punt it away.
And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
What a really good job by the punt team. Listen, you put all your speed, your athletes, a lot of starters are on these teams now in college football, and that's the reason why. You need these guys to go down, make plays, try to tackle these elusive guys in the open field. And, hey, even cause a turnover, that's just great.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Scrambling away. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. Excellent field position here for the offense. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Pulls it and fires to the left. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Good right down the boulevard.
been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's 1st down from the 36. Now the pitch. At midfield, he's got room. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a 1st down for this offense.
I'll tell you, the defense is going to have to do a much better job containing these outside run plays. They better be able to funnel the football back to the middle of the field because this guy with his speed can kill.
He's going to fire deep. Snags it. Touchdown, Aggies. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Missouri, 24.
He'll bring it out. Didn't find much room at all as he'll go out of bounds at the 12. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make it.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat gets there, and they get it down at the 14-yard line. Missouri will have to send out the punt team.
Number 15, on to kick it away.
That's where they'll mark it down, and the next snap will come from just inside the 30-yard line.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
They've got it down to the 32. 1st and 10 coming. He's going to pass. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And the pummeling has started.
Number 3.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
That makes the score. Texas A&M, 49. Missouri.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah,
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. So now they're staring at a 2nd and long from their 20. They'll run play action. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
A loss of 6 yards on the play.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. A strike downfield. He's off to the races. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. The clear defensive strategy here is not to do whatever it was they did on the first play. They'll try to come up with a stop after giving up a huge gain. They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They've gotten right on the cusp of the end zone. They still need 2 yards. Will they... Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point is good. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football. Running toward the tape. At the 30. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. After a play like that, you have to get it in the end zone on this drive. Using his feet. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
On the play.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time.
Texas A&M.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll go with a direct snap. Touchdown, Aggie! And the punishment has been extended. That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He wants to throw. He makes the grab.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Unloads it left. And that ball is picked off.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. Some might have the philosophy to milk the clock. Others have this philosophy: just keep going at them.
And so you stop me. And I think the offense, you can tell, it's pretty clear. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, continue to throw the football down the field, attack, make big plays like they have all game long.
They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Touchdown, Aggies! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. San Diego State was able to come away with a hard-fought victory inside Snapdragon Stadium. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. On 2nd down, looking to throw. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. So Missouri will have to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse.
Now, you talk about a sideline that was jacked up, excited for the big punt return. And then, man, he makes the big mistake, puts it on the deck, and the momentum goes shifted right back to the other side.
To the air on 1st down. Quickly complete. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. Afterburners coming. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. That chunk play has them in business, set up with a 1st down in the red zone. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. He's got him in the flat. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the 1st down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And they'll take a knee. 3rd and goal from way back there.